Hey guys, Jarrad here, Investors Edge Real Estate. Welcome to another Perth Property Market update for November. Over the last 4 to 6 weeks, the market has seen a very late coming of listings, and many of those listings we expected to hit the market at the start of spring have now come on, and our sales volumes have held firm at the 660, 650 sales per week. So what we've seen as all this new stock's come on the market is a 10% increase in the number of properties for sale, from 10,398 to 11,170. So we have seen an increase for the first time in the last 3 or 4 months in the number of properties on the market. Now, that's not to be too worried about, but it is notable that it has started softening a bit and going and with a bit more stock on to choose from. This late coming has meant the importance even more of a 3 to 4 week maximum selling time, because anyone coming to the market over the last week or two has to be sold before Christmas. Otherwise they'll need to come off the market for 2 to 3 weeks and then join many other properties that'll hit the market in the second week of January. Now, anyone who isn't quite ready to come to the market will take December to make the final preparations, take early Jan to make the final preparations, and we'll see a whole lot more properties hitting the market. And over the next week or two, as of the 1st of December, there won't be any new properties joining the market, or very few in December, and the listing stock number of properties for sale will tighten as we head into Christmas, and then we'll probably be back at around the same levels when that new stock comes on in the second week of January. What I know from past years is that there's a lot of buyers, the more genuine ones, out in December, and it can be quite a high turnover month, and there's, because there's very little new coming on, properties that are priced well over that first or second week of December will get snapped up quickly, because there's especially a need for any of the families that have kids to purchase something in December, because with a 2-month settlement time, that's getting them settled and moved before the kids go back to school. And the last thing parents want to be doing is disrupting their kids and having to move them into school a month late. So I expect to see a lot of families out making some tougher decisions, and they've been looking for the ideal place for sometimes in many cases for a couple of months, 2, 3, 4 months, and they'll start to make some trade-offs and concessions come December. So it'll be sort of a pretty important decision making time in those first 2 weeks, but no new stock hitting the market. Despite seeing a really big spike in the number of people viewing our properties, now as agents we can see how many views a property gets on each portal, realestate.com, web domain, and these levels have gone up to 2-3 times the levels that we were getting just over 4 months ago. And what we're seeing at the moment is a property can have big exposure online, but unless it's priced right, people just use it for comparison, and we don't then see the numbers translate through to the home open. So typical minimum views that we want to see on a property per week is at least 400. Many of the properties I'm selling are getting up over 1,000 views, and the minimum number that I like to see at a home open now is 8 in the first and second week, 8 per weekend, and if we're still getting decent views at 300 to 400 views and then only getting 2, 3s through home open, we need to look at price very quickly, because the market is incredibly sensitive to price still. Even though we've got less to choose from, it hasn't swung over to a seller's market yet. We are asking a bit more in some suburbs and sometimes getting it. The main thing that's limiting the sale price at the moment is bedroom size and living area. So where we've got the bedroom size decent that can handle growth of a family, then we're getting a bit more of a premium from the market at the moment. So look for that when you're buying to future-proof your property. In the rental market side, it's really just continuing along at a steady demand. The median rent's held at $450 per week, which really does blow my mind that half the properties are renting above that and half below. And what we're finding in the higher end prices, we've had two instances in the last month, one at $830 per week. We appraised the property for sale at low 800s, the owners going around Australia, and we achieved $930 per week on that. And another one that we put it on the market at $850 per week and got very decent applications and an acceptable one at $1,000 per week. So there's a shortage of unique quality rental properties out there, and the people that are renting in that market don't mind paying that extra $100 to secure it because they're few and far between. So rental market doing along steady, and there's certainly a premium out there for really well presented properties. So that's my Perth property update. I expect things to really just continue in this holding pattern coming into the first quarter of the new year, both on the rental and the sale side. And price is very much still sensitive, and there isn't that much stock for buyers to choose from. So when they see the right property, they really need to act quickly before everyone else gets into it. So thanks for listening, and I'll catch you next month. Hope you have a fabulous Christmas if I don't see you before. I love sharing my property insights with you, and look forward to catching up next year.